The streets versus mama. I wish that I could change things, but this is what I'm stuck with. Never had no luck with. Governed by the streets and its temptation, from Genesis, Exodus, Psalms to Leviticus and Revelation. There is so much temptation sweeping across the nation and taking the lives of our young generation. Guns, knives, drugs and crime got me addicted, had me blind, made me lose my sight, made me lose my right, left with no strength to put up a fight. From the age of 13, I lost my dreams, caught up in the street lights, always getting into fights, lost in this unholy plight. I don't know what's wrong from right anymore. Fed up of being destitute and poor. Babylon system knocking on mama's door and pushing my face against the floor. Selling drugs becomes an occupation, sweeping across the youth man generation. It became my way of life and causing my mama a whole load of strife. I shed no tear, I had no fear, as the streets became my home. Walking around, causing trouble, robbing mobile phones. Dealing weed was the seed which made my mama's poor heart bleed. My blood, my bruv, my homies, they didn't even know me, but mama did warn and show me. She said, Tony, the streets, your friends are phonies. Well, I never heard a single word mama said, because I was caught up in this selfish game instead. And now I've made my poor mama feel so ashamed, because she's taking the blame for raising me and I'm no longer free. Caught up and locked up in HMP, Her Majesty's prison, that's me. Handcuffed, my misery. Hustling became my new way of life. Gucci, Versace, Prada, Armani. I had no father to guide and show me the right way. Mama cleaned floors night and day, knocked on people's doors, even put stamps on letters, just trying to make life better. But I didn't appreciate, and now it's too late. I thought standing on the street corner dealing was better than stealing. Brands splashed in front of my face, giving me a taste. I was heading to that place, often chased with sweat pouring down my face. A disgrace to mama's sweet name, but I needed money in my hands to buy designer brands. Mama couldn't afford to buy that bike or even a simple pair of Nike. She's working every hour God sends, but I just found my way out of school to my so-called friends, while mama's knees used to bend when she used to get down and beg me not to do it again. I never listened to a word she had to say, and secretly I would hope and pray that I didn't get caught selling myself short. I used to tell her that she was a right moan and that she should leave me, leave big man alone. Well, every man to his own, so she shouldn't groan. Man's running things on his own. But I was just a child caught up on the street, and now I'm locked up in a cell with my future looking bleak as hell. I should have been in the classroom studying my books, not thinking about the streets and how my credibility looked. I was led astray by the cold light of day. The influences out there made me lose my way. I became cold and calculating, always thinking, never hesitating about the street. But look where I ended up, not on my feet, but with my face pressed against the cold concrete ground, with the men in blue all around holding me down, silencing my sound. I wish I had listened to what Mama used to say, because my future would be brighter than it is today. I had the whole world right in front of me, but I just couldn't see what was real. I had so much opportunity to make something of my life, but instead I chose the gun. the weed and the knife, limiting my life and causing mama strife. I send my bros VOs, but they don't care anymore now I'm banged up behind these prison walls. 24/7 for sure, closed behind these doors, pacing the floors. They say it's too far, even though they have a car. But mama faithfully comes each week, even though the weather is looking bleak, making those trips hundreds of miles. How could I ever greet my mama with a smile? Well, I'm her child, and I should have made her proud, but all I ever did was made her cry out loud. Tony, my son, your lessons have begun. How long can you run when you look into my eyes and you tell me lies? Sometimes I used to cry and ask why. The streets will never love you like I do, but yet still you turn your back and ignore me like you do. Don't you know I would give my life for you? Mama, please forgive me. I know not what I do. I was young, careless and a fool. I know I should have listened to you. I should have taken your big advice and maybe think twice. Because now, mama, I'm feeling the slice and I'm paying the price, and my only friend right now is Jesus Christ. I was caught up on the streets with my crew, not knowing what I had to do. But sitting here in my lonely cell as my ears ringing like a big brass bell, I want to yell, get me out. No one's gonna hear me now, even if I shout. Mama, I just need to get out, because it's time for me to give up the streets and not my years. I swear, crime doesn't pay. You hear what I say? Mama was never to blame. I was just caught up in this stupid, selfish game. Mama spoke to me until her face was red, but I never listened to a word she said. I just carried on with the world on top of my head, while many nights Mama was laying in her bed praying that I'm not dead. So remember, when you're out there on the streets, your mama's heart beats.